welcome. Well, it's back, and better than ever. Time again to grind fates till you're more than sick of it, to obtain minions, mounts, and weapons. But first, what is Yokai Watch? Yokai Watch is what is called a mixed media franchise, created by Level 5, the developer behind great games like Dark Cloud and Rogue Galaxy. It includes a series of video games, with several spin-offs, a television anime series, and manga, as well as toys and other merchandise. It revolves around befriending a plethora of yokai, invisible creatures that can only be revealed with the Yokai Watch. It is often compared to other properties where you collect and battle monsters, except yokai aren't really monsters, but more like spirits from Japanese folklore. Though there is collection and battle, it doesn't seem to have that raising animals to fight in gladiatorial combat focus, but is more about helping other people and other yokai. Apparently Yoshi P, producer-director of Final Fantasy XIV, and Akira Hino, CEO of Level 5, are good friends, and so together they devised a new form of torture. A collaboration event that would take place in the world of Final Fantasy XIV. This is the third time this event has happened, and better yet, this time it has been enhanced. Most notable is they've added 4 new minions and 4 new weapons, representing the 4 jobs that have been added since the first version of this event was created. And when you get all of them, you get a 3rd mount. Unfortunately, they did not add Blue Mage. Obtaining the new weapons requires you to travel into Heaven's Ward and Stormblood zones. The number of medals needed to obtain items has been greatly reduced. If you have access to all zones, you should be able to obtain all items in less time than it took to gain the original items. Also, you have more time to do it. The first 2 iterations lasted about 2 months. This time, it started shortly after 5.3 and is promised to last until the release of 5.4. There's usually about 4 months between major patches, so I'd expect a little more than 3 months to do this. Doing this on multiple characters should be quite possible if you like. Note that assuming the tradition will continue, as we get closer to 5.4, there will be another Moogle treasure trove, as well as other events. Alright, here's a rundown of what you can get out of this. You get a Yokai Watch, the Yokai Medallion, 17 minions, each associated with a particular job, 17 weapons, 1 for each job in the game except Blue Mage, and a shield for Paladin, 3 mounts, 39 achievements worth 430 points, 1 rewatchable cutscene in the Unending Journey, but sorry, still no titles. As you can see, compared to previous times, this is a nice little upgrade. Incidental rewards include lots of experience from Fates, so you can work on leveling jobs you may have neglected. You also get a bunch of company seals and some gil. For every 50 achievement points you get, you can also get achievement certificates from Jonathas in Olgerdania. These can be used to purchase various items from him. Longtime players will likely have no interest in this. You may also earn fate achievements, such as those that involve completing a massive number of fates, as well as those from the more difficult boss fates that give you various other rewards. And you get to travel to new lands, meet unusual creatures, and kill them. Let's be clear, you do not need to unlock and level all the jobs in order to collect everything and complete this event. However, each weapon is level 30 and designated for a specific job, so if you want to equip it or glamour the weapons, you will need to unlock those jobs. You will need to get to at least 15 on any combat class. You will also need to advance the main scenario questline, or MSQ, to the level 15 Envoy quest, depending on which city you started in. This is the quest that unlocks airship travel. You will also need to unlock the Gold Saucer. If you haven't yet, you can do it at the same time as the event quest. These are the bare minimum requirements to get started and allows you to get all the original items plus the new minions. More on this later. If you did this one of the previous times, and by that I mean at least done the opening quest, you will not be able to do the quest again. Check the wrist slot of your armory chest for your yokai watch. If it's not there, maybe you were a good little boy and put it in the armoire. If you did, just leave it there. That way you'll have it.
That way you have it.
But be sure to check which weapons you might have already. Go check with the recompense officer in any of the 3 starting cities right next to the Calamity Salvager under Other Seasonal Event Items, and she will sell you another one for 100 gil. If the watch is not available and the poor-heeled youth is nowhere to be found, then perhaps you still have the quest in your log. Press J to check your quest log. So just equip the watch, and yes, you do need to equip the actual watch. Glamoring another wrist to look like it will not work. You can glamour the watch to look like something else if you are embarrassed to be seen with it. Now choose your yokai, look at the medallion, and get back to grinding. By the way, yes, you can use any medals you have left from previous times. Alright, since this isn't a holiday, there are no special decorations nor criers to point you in the right direction. There are, however, minion enthusiasts around who have befriended yokai for their minion collections. I found 3 of them. I'm not sure if there are any more. Make your way to Ul'dah, and right across from the Aetheryte, you will find the Poor-Heeled Youth. Speak to him to pick up the quest, A Complete Game Changer. So some stranger kicked his butt in Verminion, and his first instinct is to claim he cheated. Despite all the hard feelings, he recommends you seek out the perp at the Gold Saucer to find out more about these special minions. If you have already unlocked the Gold Saucer, go ahead and teleport or take the airship there. If you have not, you can go ahead and pick up the quest It Can Happen to You from the Well-Heeled Youth nearby. You will find the Wandering Executive in the entrance square. If it weren't for all the people, you might see a small red two-tailed cat standing next to him. He offers to tell you all about him if you agree to help him find one of his traveling companions, whom he lost track of in the Black Shroud. He suggests you question people around Bent Branch Meadows. If this is your first time here, I would recommend going through my guide to the Gold Saucer to the point where you are sent to Bent Branch. You know, to kill 2 chocobos with 1 stone. Anyways, make your way to the Central Shroud. Talk to Guiamoka, Keitha, and Aethelthrith. I'm sorry, ma'am. You have exceeded the legal limit of THs in a single name. If you are working on the Chocobo Racing quest, that is also here. The consensus is that the creature you are seeking is a Moogle, though I don't think any of them have actually seen a Moogle. Aethelthrith says it was sealed away near the Guardian Tree. The quickest land route is to head straight north and hop this fence. Then take a sharp left and follow the river. If you can fly, you can go pretty much straight there, assuming you don't get stuck in a tree or on a building. At the Guardian Tree, you will find what appears to be some sort of Allagan device, so of course you touch it. What looks like an Allagan orb drops out. You pick it up and get knocked on your ass. So this must be what they thought was a Moogle? Let's see. White, floating, and annoying. Yeah, it checks out. He gives you a yokai watch, which will allow you to see unbelievable things, like endless fake grinding. But the catch is, it doesn't work. So he sends you back to the Gold Saucer and the Executive. When you get back there, he fixes your watch and tells you a little more about yokai, and that he will sell you all of his friends for a bunch of medals. You might notice the concept of tribes is brought up a few times. This has nothing to do with anything, but it's apparently an important part of the yokai games. He also reveals that his name is Nohi. When you complete the quest, you will get some experience, some gil, and your first in a long series of achievements. Most importantly, you will obtain 3 items. A yokai watch, now repaired, which allows you to collect yokai medals from fates, and it's extremely stylish, I might add. A single yokai medal, which you can use to buy your very first yokai minion, and the yokai medallion, a book that will tell you where to obtain legendary monster medals. This book used to be a key item that lived in your inventory. It has now been added to the collection window. Notice that before you collect a minion, it just appears as a silhouette.
Who's that Pokemon?
Okay, so equip the watch in your wrist slot. If you plan to work on leveling several jobs, you might want to save it as part of those equipment sets as well. Now buy a yokai minion with the medal you were given. Each minion is connected with a particular job. If you want only a particular weapon, choose the appropriate minion. Note that if you do not yet have access to Heavensward or Stormblood zones, stick with the first 13 to begin with. If you intend to finish this, you might as well just start at the top with Jibanyan. You get a quick scene and your second achievement. Use the minion in your inventory to learn it, and then summon your minion. Now open the medallion. You can go to the character menu and select Minion Guide. Click on the little flame icon to open the medallion. Another way is to go to the duty menu and select Collection. In that window you can select the yokai medallion. You can drag the medallion to your action bar if you want easy access to it. Also, note that you can open the minion guide from the medallion by clicking the little hatchling icon. So click on your yokai to see which zones you need to go to. You can click on the zone to open a map. Then you can click on any aetherites to teleport instantly, assuming you've attuned to them. When you arrive in the correct zone, do fates. These mostly just involve killing things, but some also require protecting things, and others require collecting things. If you complete the fate with at least silver rating, you will get a yokai medal. You also have a chance of getting a legendary medal matching the yokai you have summoned. Keep going until you have 5, and then head back to the gold saucer and talk to Nohi. Now you can purchase your first yokai weapon. You get a short cutscene and your third achievement. Note that every minion and every weapon you purchase, you will get a short cutscene and an achievement. So now buy more minions. They will each cost 3 yokai medals, but you probably have enough for several by now. Note now that any further weapons will cost you 10 legendary medals.
Oh, so that's your little plan! Get us addicted, then jack up the price!
Okay, so just keep doing that. Always making sure you have the correct minion summoned and are in the correct zone. You may realize quickly that you will easily get all the minions long before you get all the weapons. Maybe even before you get your second weapon. Once you have all 17 minions, there is no need to wear the yokai watch anymore, unless you just want a huge stack of yokai medals. You will continue to randomly obtain legendary medals without the watch equipped. That's all for now. I'm working on 1 or 2 more videos that go into grinding and such, and some of the other content you should unlock in order to do this more effectively. And eventually I'd like to do a video on all of the rewards. Thank you for watching. Please like or dislike this video, comment with any questions you have, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you know when the next video comes out. Goodbye, for now.